Guess who lied, baby? I got a second wind, and I'm drinking water during the recording instead of before it. Quality. Anyways, here's the deal, right? When Whitestone Black came on the playlist, if there was ever a song to make me lock the F in, it would be Whitestone Black. Because I unironically have, like... I had, like, heart rate issues. I'm not even joking. So, for P4S, which was Hicks Vent Leons, right? I was dog shit. But I only was really holding us back on the last mechanic, which felt really bad, but, and this is true, I was a new player, and so it was a new player learning experience. So yeah, like, the final mechanic of P4S makes my heart rate rise a little bit, right? But P8S was like the, we are all in hell, and this is awful. Even though Athena took us longer, P8S was more stressful for me. Because Athena, being a healer on Athena, easiest shit of my life, okay? Easiest shit of my life, okay? Absolutely. I guess it's Ath-Yelazath time, right? Because we just did a Thutu? I'm pretty sure. Like, Athena was difficult to learn, but being a healer, you didn't have a lot of responsibilities or a lot of unique mechanics. Like, the worst thing that you had to do as a healer is make sure that you have Esuna on your hotbar, which... By the way, please add Esuna to more fights. That's so cool. I like using Esuna. I love using Esuna. Thank you. That's unironic, by the way. Esuna is... it's a fun mechanic. You can cleanse a debuff. Thank you. But, basically, we're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of this, right? Yeah. So, P8S... Or, sorry, I'll talk about P8S last, right? Because that's the one I'm going to talk about probably the longest, right? So, for Athena, the thing is, I got pretty used to Athena. It's pretty easy doing Athena as a healer. I felt pretty comfortable in the fight, and I was just sort of... And this wiped the group several times. So, if anybody's watching it from the cardboard box, from the smash cut the ambulance, I'm sorry. This is why I wiped us. I was on autopilot a lot of the time. I wasn't paying attention a lot of the time. It worked out for the most part, but I was mostly just kind of vibing. But every time I wiped us, it was because I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. This is why I want to play Pictomancer, because then I have to pay attention every pull for the entire time, because I'm trying to do my damage rotation correctly. I can't just, like, alt-tab and look at Twitter between glares. I'm so sorry if you had to hear that. Oh my god, different mysteries? No way. Different mysteries at an affordable price? Free? Holy shit. But anyways, it's Eels time. Hell yeah. But yeah, so I just kind of vibed. I just kind of vibed as Athena, on Athena. It was fine. It was a fun fight. It's a great fight. I really like it. If any Sprout or anybody in my FC is like, hey, I really want the axolotl mount. Can we go back and get it? I'll be like, hell yeah, I'm there no matter what. I'll teach you that fight. It's a great fight. But P8S was a nightmare. Like, it took us like 6 months for P8S. And I remember how stressful it was. Because High Concept is a really fun mechanic, but also screw High Concept lovingly. Because it's like, it's a decently complicated mechanic, but you don't do damage during that part, so everybody can focus. And we were just on it for so long. We would wipe to every mechanic multiple times every raid night. And it was bad, you know? We were rancid. But, oh, you know what? That's fun. Oh, no. It's finally caught up with me. If we manage to win, that'll certainly be something. Yeah. Don't miss the attack. What the hell is wrong with you? Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions. Not that I remember asking. Blood frenzy, I'm pissed. I'm pissed after that. You're goddamn right. Time to rip and tear, goddammit. Alright. Like, you know what the worst mechanic in P8S was? It was the final one. It's pretty easy, but that one was more stressful than, like, anything else. Fearful? Come on, man. Like, that one was... we actually have Recluse, though. We have Recluse, though. So we can get rid of Fearful. But, like... How do I put this? Sorry, I need to stay hydrated. Sorry, Kana. Where's the button to drink the water? Ugh. Can't drink water while you're stabbing your friend in the eye. Shaking my head. The last mechanic where you're soaking the towers, is it Dominion? Ugh. It's been too long. That mechanic was so daunting because it's like we'd been through all of that for like 5 months and we finally got to Dominion, and then it took us like another month to clean up enough to do it because we would hit like Enrage, or we would get to... Actually, no, I don't think we hit Enrage. Did we? Maybe once? But no, it was mostly just dying to the towers over and over and over again. So it took us like a whole month to clean up to do that. And I also think that it was because P8S was a part of Abyssos. I don't know where I'm going with, like, I don't know why I framed it like that. Abyssos was a dog shit tier. Abyssos was awful. Like, I have ranted about this so many times, people are already starting to roll their eyes. Like, this is what we get for the bulletin. The bulletin? No. Do we have school systems? No, we don't. Recluse is so risky without, like, some way to do it, you know? Without some way to fight the ghost. So maybe we go bulletin, and then we try to get something from, like, the school here. The history club. I mean, that's pretty good, but I don't think... it's pretty great, honestly. I don't think that's what we're looking for, though. Corpse dust. Folklore studies, maybe? I don't... Demon mask, not at all. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking for some sort of, like... Immediately it kills any non-Eldritch enemy, huh? Alright, I can make that work. A lot of Doom, though, but it is what it is. So it's like, you know, I'll... You know what? No, we're doing the anecdote again. We're doing the banter again. When's the last time I've talked about every single raid tier in a World of Horror episode? In mild amounts of detail, summarizing them all incredibly briefly over the course of 20 minutes, 20 agonizing minutes for you, not for me. So, Asphodelos, you know, P1S, Eric Tony, that was a really good introductory fight to Savage. I can't complain. It's easy, it's really easy, but its main mechanics are really fun, and they teach you the importance of debuffs, and, like, paying attention to mechanics and movement. It's a really good fight. And it also teaches you visual cues as well, because he grabs different weapons. Also, can I just say how cool it is that Eric, he grabs weapons out of his chest, and then Athena grabs her sword out of her chest? That's cool. That's awesome. That's great, actually. That's based. But, like, you know, you have to pay attention to Eric Tony's character model because of what weapons he's using. You have to pay attention to the stage because of, like, the boxes mechanic. I don't remember, the fire and ice mechanic. You have to be able to pay attention to debuffs and position quickly for the clock spots mechanic. Is it difficult? No, it's very easy. It also has good tank swaps too, with a knockback, which is very funny. I really like that a lot too. It's just an overall really good fight that it's not hard, but it tests your abilities adequately, I think. And it doesn't have a limit cut. Yippee! So I think it's a really good I think it's a really good first fight for anybody trying to get into Savage, if it was on content, right? Because obviously if you do it now, like, you're just massacring him. Like, he doesn't stand a chance. Like, they don't call him Eric Tombstone Tony for nothing. You beat the shit out of that guy. You whack him like a piñata and he drops loot for you. You want to give me stamina? Ooh, sanity. How scary of you. Oh, sanity again. Getting a little ravenous there, if you don't mind me saying. Okay, go to hell. Go to hell! I almost misclicked. If I misclicked and died there, would that have been the video? Yes. I want you to know that. But, yeah, no, it's like... The thing about it was that it was just a good fight that... Oh, no, I don't want to... No, I don't want to leave this mystery with 5 sanity. With 3 sanity. I mean, what do you want me to do? The sanity's in remiss. Who could it be? Dickhead. Oh, no. This is what we needed the salt for the whole time. Can we kill this? I mean, yes. But I don't like the answer on how we kill this guy in turn 1 without taking damage. Can we not take stamina damage, like, once? By the way, -1, by the way. Thank God for that. Thank you so much. I visited the forest twice, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I'm smart. I'm smart. Yippee. Forest note right here. See? Look, right there. We can even put it in our inventory for fun. Now, P2S, Hippo. I want Hippo as a mount. I'm sad that P3S was the mount, especially because we got a second Phoenix mount in P8S. But, the thing is, Hippo, first of all, was your introduction to Limit Cut, and it also had funny, wacky mechanics that were just neat. They were fun, right? Like, the tank taking the tether to, like, the opposite side of the group, and then the group taking a giant laser. That's fun. Or high fives. Or, as one of my friends put it, like, the... What is it? Mickey's Dick Smasher? The roller coaster? But no, high fives. They're high five mechanics. You high five your friends. And then also, I love non-standard arenas that the game uses, right? Like, there's specific positioning that you need to do in that arena because the arena changes mid-fight. I think that's really cool. I think that's really neat. Now, they did changing arenas really, really bad in Abyssos, for Savage specifically. Normal is good, but we'll get to that in a second. Oh no. Oh no, it's time. It is time. Me and Residential Recluse Rutsu. We gotta get rid of Fearful. We gotta get rid of Fearful, gang. So, with, me and the letters, yeah. Not yet, not yet. We'll get it in a second, yeah. Oh, no, not yet. Next day. So P2S was really fun. Just a bunch of wacky and silly mechanics that worked out really, really well. And it wasn't too hard. But it was a very good, it was very good and it was very fun mechanically. Now this is where it gets a little silly. This is where it gets a little wacky, even. P3S. Really difficult. And it has an ads phase. Which is really fun. Because you can... I just love The idea of killing the North bird before it can dash. Oh, that's so fun. Alright, hello and goodbye. Me and roommate Rutsu. Dead at last. I mean, you know, I feel like I should still take it, but we must be on regular Moriko perks. Now, am I gonna increase knowledge 2 more times? It might be a little sketchy, but we'll try. Violent Vigil, Wordless Ward. Well, it doesn't matter what we do now, we just gotta do them both. P3S, I don't really have a lot to say about it. I definitely look... During the tier, I thought it was bad, but in hindsight and doing it again afterwards, like teaching other people how to do it, I actually think it's a good fight. I think P3S is a good fight. Most of the complaints that I have with it now is just like the color palette and the arena. It's everything is orange and the AoEs are orange, you know, and the fire brands are orange and the ads are orange and the fire rain is orange, you know. It's just all really obnoxious, and I think I don't like it visually. I think it's very bad visually because literally everything is a shade of orange or red, and that makes it awful to play. And to, like, I was gonna say and to parse, but that, like, has significantly different meanings in Final Fantasy XIV, right? Like, saying something's difficult to parse is, like, you know, readability-wise. But if Yoshi P heard that, his head would spin at a breakneck, right? I would be worried about his, like, neck health if he heard that, right? Like, I'm using it in the context... I'm not using it in the funny numbers context. I'm using it in the meaning of the word, which is, like, you know, I mean, here's the thing. What is the definition of parse? Parse. To process data in real time as it is being spoken or read in order to determine its linguistic structure and meaning. So I'm actually using the word wrong, and it makes sense why they use it for the funny number, but regardless, I don't think that's a too egregious butchering of the English language. We've done worse. And will do worse. Did I mess up, by the way? I think I did. Homie? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, we kind of want this guy dead. Put him dead in the ground. I'm not gonna eat another... I'm not gonna eat another bite until Whole Ridden Thing is dead in the ground and buried. Whole Ridden Thing's been dead for 6 months. Just furiously shoving food down my gullet. Yeah, we'll do a little feeding the plant, just so that I don't have to deal with any asshole dickheads. Not enough room added to inventory, oh my god. But yeah, P3S just was a readability nightmare, right? Like, it was impossible to read, it was impossible to tell what was going on. It was pretty bad. The actual color palette, being able to read what was going on, it was just dog shit. It was abysmal dog shit. But the actual mechanics, and the fact that it had unique healer mechanics, where it's like, the healers get a healing potency buff in one stage of the fight, and then at the end of the fight, they get a healing potency debuff, so their heals are significantly worse. I think that was really cool. And learning how to do it without healer LB3 was awesome. But, yeah, the color palette, the arena design, the color design, everything about the visuals of the fight was dog shit. Completely. Unfathomable. Abysmal. P4S. I like P4S. Although, I will admit, on the replay, because I helped a couple of groups learn it semi-recently, like a couple months ago, a few months ago? Oh, God. Oh, God. like a few months ago, like 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 4 months ago, I don't know. I don't know when the timeline happened. I helped 2 groups learn how to do it. And on the replay, I like it less, actually. I do. And that's not just, like, agony talking from the that's not just anxiety talking and agony talking from my original, like, playthrough of when I was a new sprout, just a little guy making every mistake in the book possible. Oh, a free cauterize? If you insist. No way. I mean, you can just get rid of the forest. No, we don't need it anymore. I'll take the empty bottle, though. I'll drink to that, brother. I like it less. I actually think out of all of the final fights for Pandemonium, it's my least favorite. You can just go to hell. Like, what is wrong with you? You know, maybe the Kurikosa mask ain't so bad after all. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this. It's the same thing every single time. We're gonna level up. We're gonna say, let's go gambling, and then we're gonna put a point to knowledge, and there's no reason to do this at all. Are we just gonna eat shit? Because there's no way we level up again, even if we kill the boss. So I guess we just put a point into perception, and a point into luck. Because you never know when an elevator might get you. We don't need to be mean, that's fine. I don't think the doom matters, so just let her sleep. Because that's what I want to do right now, I want to go to sleep. The adrenaline from Whitestone Black is wearing off. So, then you go on to Abyssos. P5S sucks. Horrible fight. Devour is a dumbass mechanic that snapshots weirdly. And here's the thing, I got good at Devour. This is... Like, normally when something's hard, and you complain about something being hard, people are always gonna be like, oh yeah, you're bad, lol. But no, I'm good at Devour. I'm, like, really good at Devour. I'm really consistent on Devour. I'm incredibly consistent on Devour, actually. I mean, we can kill, I guess. Like, as, like, a little treat, you know? Just like a little treat. I mean, you're done. The thing about Devour is that, like, there is a way to recover from it if just, like, one person dies, but it sucks, right? Like, it sucks, it feels bad, it doesn't feel like a fun recovery. Devour as a mechanic is dog shit. And the ruby mechanics, right? Like the topaz ruby mechanics. I don't know why I'm calling it ruby, but like the crystals that get put on the ground and then they either like put the poison down or they do an explosion and then the walls reflect the explosions. There's not enough variety, right? You could make a really good fight that is just entirely spot readable, but has so many variations in how the mechanics work. Because isn't it awesome? Like, the idea of, like, the boss putting up these walls that deflect blasts back and forth, and so you have to be on the right side, or else you're gonna get, like, annihilated by the laser beam. Or, if you're on the wrong side, the boss could hit you with the claw attack or something. Like, you could do a fight that has, like, a shit ton of variations on these mechanics, where you can't actually, like, realistically study them, and you could just spot read them on the fly, right? Because it's like, you could design it that way, and that would be a good fight. But all of them are the goddamn exact same every single time, and they're all called the same thing, and there isn't, right, like everything in the fight just feels like it's repeating itself, and so it makes it's horrible to prog, because you're like, oh yeah, which one is this again? And you just kind of remember based on, like, the boss's percentage health HP, but that doesn't feel good, you know? That doesn't feel good. A lot of the fights in Abyssos feel like they just drag on for way too goddamn long, and the mechanics are awful, right? Then we have, Hegemony, the one not sinner of Abyssos who isn't the final boss, because the final boss is fantastic. Well, actually, the second phase of the final boss is fantastic. I probably should have paid attention to the lighthouse, you know? Probably? Is it time to go gambling? I think it's time to go gambling, chat. I was not paying attention at all. We definitely could win this if I was paying attention, but I was not paying attention, so I have no idea. Well, there's one way to do this. But, no, for real. I'll just remember my seconds, which I don't remember at all, yeah? Perfect. I'll ace it. We're not taking any damage. Oh shit, we are taking damage. Hold on. But yeah, hegemony is fine. Hegemony is fine. She's boring, but she's fine. It's a shame. It's a shame you can skip her only hard mechanic with Tank LB3, but it is what it is. Actually, you just, like, even on content, you can just kill her before her hard mechanic, right? It's only if you do, like, mediocre or, like, bad DPS that you're not killing her before that mechanic. But if you're doing competent DPS or your eye level is high, you're killing her before that mechanic, right? And also, it's not that bad to use Tank LB3 either, because she just dies immediately after anyways. But, like, it's a shame that the only hard hegemony mechanic can be skipped. Then you have Ecdistis. I'm not getting into that tonight. I'm EP. And then, okay, then you have the son of a bitch. The man. The dad himself. World's best dad. He's... Phase 1, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't actually like Phase 1. Like, it's fine, but progging it sucks because the mechanics are like, the mechanic order is randomized. So it's like, are you gonna get snakes first, or are you gonna get dogs first? And then it's like, oh, there's dogs too, and there's snakes too. Like, it sucks to learn because you need to learn these mechanics, but also, you might not, like, you might be unlucky and your team gets, like, dogs, like, 8 times in a row, and then you get snakes, and it's like, well, I guess this attempt is over, because nobody's studied snakes. It's like, now you're studying snakes, and now you're getting dog, and it's like, it's awful. Like, progging that fight sucks, because, like, you need to learn these mechanics, and, you know, it's just bad. Also, it affects your rotation, and it screws over gunbreakers, especially. Bad fight. Phase 2, cinema. Absolute cinema. One of the best fights in the game. Absolutely. One of the best fights in the game. Absolute cinema. Peak content. Wonderful. And you already know what I've been buying time for. It's time for unlimited mode. But also, let's go gambling. But also, just quick lightning round on, did I move this to the, I think I moved this accidentally, the window capture. Can I not, transform center to screen, please? Oh, no, that doesn't work. Oh, God! Okay, window capture, can I just move this down a little bit? Me when it's time to go gambling? You're goddamn right. So, can learn close combat. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Why do I feel like, Star Raptor can learn close combat? I'm just that good. Dual type legendary. Not Regirock. Not Groudon. Dual type legendary. I don't know. Reshiram. Dual type fossil. Omanite. Can learn Hydro Pump. Omastar. Goddamn right. Monotype fossil? Shit. What is it called? It's like the little... Yeah, this guy, right? Nope, not monotype. Legendary monotype? It's look who it is. Can learn close combat monotype. Lightning round. P9S, really good introductory fight to Savage. Not as good as Eric Tony, and it's got 2 limit cuts, which kind of sucks. P10S, I'm Pandemonium, and these cells are mine! Absolute Cinema, really good fight, love the arena, love non-standard arenas. Tanks getting launched into space is so funny. P11S, boring, easy, terrible. It's a fine fight, it's just boring as hell. There's nothing that goes on in that fight. Every mechanic is the same, nothing happens in that fight. Dark and Light is dog shit. It's just not fun. It's just boring. Like, it's well made, it's competent, but it's the one that I've done the least, I think, in the entire Pandemonium tier. It's just so boring. Like, it's just so boring. I don't want to re-clear it. I don't want to think about it. It's just so boring. Athena, great fight. Phase 1, banger. Phase 2, banger. I love all the wacky mechanics. Classical Concepts is hilarious. Especially Classical Concepts 2, where you have to go rotate. That shit's so funny. Classical Concepts 2 is easy, but it's also incredibly easy to mess up, and I love it. Also, you know, Snake Lady. Snake Lady God. Also, that Enrage is one of the coolest Enrages in the game, where her, like, snake tentacles wrap around the planet, and then she just starts crushing the planet. And if she crushes the planet, then, you know, you fall to your death, because you just plummet into space. Oh god, Absolute Cinema. Legendary, can learn Hydro Pump. Vol Canyon. Not a Hydro Pump Andy, or not a Legendary? Is that a Mythic? Oh, Jesus. I think what we're gonna do is, Suicune. Probably could have done, like, Monotype. Can learn Close Combat. Can learn Hydro Pump. Statements by the utterly deranged. Fossil Monotype. What the hell is a Monotype fossil? The Headbutt guy? Oh yeah, the Headbutt guy, that's right! What is its name? Sword. Because they're based on Shield and Sword. Before Sword and Shield. The Dinosaur. Dino. No. It's the, I remember it, it's the Diamond and Pearl guy. I just cannot remember his name. Noivern, that's the one, obviously. Can learn Close Combat. Can learn Hydro Pump. What the hell is wrong with you? Suicune. Isn't there like a weird Suicune? Dun Spar, so true. No, it's like, Raging, no. Waking, yeah, Walking Wake, that's the one. Aw, dang it. Can I not see, like, you know, the answers to this? Like, that'd be nice. I guess it prevents people from grinding. Just getting too used to it. Anyways, you know, no 9Xs, but we did win most of the runs, I'm pretty sure. What is this, the second? I've definitely completed Dawn Trail by now. What's my Dawn Trail review? I like Kryl. Kryl's cool. I'm glad she's finally, like, a character who does things. Listen, you're talking to the guy, the number one Kryl fan, okay? I did the entirety of Eureka for the Demi-Ozma, but the motivation for leveling up was getting a new Kryl quest, okay? So the fact that she actually does shit now, she's not just a conjurer, is pretty cool. Oh my god, Kryl's gonna be like a trust NPC? Holy shit. Kryl Gaming. Also, I guess, like, you know, Wooklamat's pretty cool, too. I wonder if that's gonna age like milk or age like wine. Okay, okay, you know what? Dawn Trail prediction right now, alright? Wooklamat, okay. Obviously, Wooklamat is the only character that I have met who is doing the succession thingy, right? So I don't know if, like, I don't know if she's like the correct choice or not, right? But I do think that I don't know if I want her to win. I don't know if I want her to win. I mean, she might win just because she brought a walking WMD to the tournament. Like, you know, I think that if you... The shit that the Warrior of Light has been through at that point, right? Like, I don't think you could realistically kill them as, like, a normal person, you know? Even, like, a really powerful normal person, like... I think at some point, you know, you get put into, like, a faster-than-light cannon shot out of a planet into the center of the universe, causing a black hole to appear, and it doesn't even take half your health. I feel like... I feel like you can probably just walk off a lot of stuff, right? I don't know if Wooklamot's gonna win. I don't think she's gonna win. I think she might, like... I don't know. I don't really know, like, anything. Because I know there is some information that has been revealed about some of the other characters in Dawn Trail. I haven't read them. I don't care. I mean, I'll have read them now by the time you're watching this, because guess what? I'll have beaten the goddamn expansion. I'll be on To Be Continued by the time you're watching this video. But, I don't know. I think it would be kinda... a little too, like, at least from what I know about the expansion, a little too basic if Wooklamot was just one, you know? I am really interested to see how it's gonna go, though. And I'm wondering if they're gonna bring anybody else in as well. Because there's a lot of powerful fighters in Eorzea. If you wanted to just, like, go out and, like, drag people to your tournament to help you become the God Emperor King of Taral. Is Taral the continent or the city? I should probably brush up on that. I mean, I've already gone to Be Continued, and I don't even know what Taral is definitively. Oh, what a moron. He must have been skipping the cutscenes. But, nah, Dawn Trail was probably pretty good. I can't wait. It would be so funny, like, if the next episode, or, like, the end of the backlog episode was just, like, Dawn Trail was ass. Here's the thing, though, okay? This is something that I definitively want to say, and this is something the Final Fantasy XIV community needs to hear. Because the community has been... Don't try to historical revisionism me when the Endwalker patches are relevant in the MSQ, right? But, like, people hated the Endwalker patches. They really did. At least, you know, people who are very loud online hated the Endwalker patches. And you know what? A lot of the friends that I have in Final Fantasy XIV, a lot of the people that I've talked to about the Endwalker patches say that it was pretty mid, or pretty mediocre, and the only good shit was the raids, right? But, like, how do I put it? It is okay for, like... Because, I mean, every single patch was the same stupid bullshit. It was the same discourse over and over and over again. And I feel like that because of that, if the development team, like, is worried about that going forward, I think we're screwed, right? Because the pace of the game is really good for the MSQ, kind of. Like, it could be a lot better, obviously. Like, it could always be better. But, like, the game is in a good spot. And if they kind of, like... And I'm specifically talking about, like, the pacing of the story, right? Like, the story... Going through the story for the first time, the pacing is really good. Going through the story on an alt and replaying the game, which you don't have to do, and the game actively discourages because there's no good alt mechanics whatsoever. There's no achievement sharing, there's no mount sharing, there's no glam sharing, there's no achievements, or anything like that. None of that shit's shared. There's no shared progress between characters at all, so they expect you to play on one character. So the pacing on your blind playthrough of the MSQ is good, right? And they take their time to actually set up a story that you can give a shit about. They do something that a lot of stories don't want to do in the modern day, which is they They give you some action and excitement to chew on, but they are willing to do, like, something slow. They're willing to do a slow burn. A Realm Reborn is a slow burn, and that's why everybody hates it, because they don't know that the game is good yet. So all of the investment that you have to put into the slow burn of a Realm Reborn, it has a wonderful payoff, but it's a slow burn. It's a good adventure story with, compared to the rest of the series, pretty low, the rest of the expansions, I should say, pretty low stakes, but it's an adventure fitting of somebody who's a new adventurer, and it's a slow burn, and it pays off, right? But what they're doing now with the Endwalker patches, and what they're probably going to do with Dawn Trail, probably did with Dawn Trail, I'm speaking in post now, because again, by the time you're watching this, Dawn Trail will be out. It's July, I'm pretty sure this is the July 2nd episode, right? So then Dawn Trail will have been out, and many people will have already beaten it, myself included. But, like, the thing is, we had the payoff, the explosive, legendary payoff to a 10-year story 2 years ago, right? This, what we have right now, is the beginning, the A Realm Reborn, of the next 10-year storyline, right? So they are setting up a 10-year storyline with the Endwalker patches and Dawn Trail. And a lot of people hated the Endwalker patches, so if they go with this sort of restrained, let us cook style that they've been going with for the game's entire lifespan, people are probably going to hate Dawn Trail. People are probably going to call Dawn Trail a bad expansion. But, like, we've been here before, and some of you have literally been there before. Some of you were there for A Realm Reborn. So, I don't know. This constant, like, I don't know why I'm talking about it. Like, people are always going to complain online. And the thing is, if you play... It's the problem that I have with World of Horror, right? Is that if you play a game for an ungodly, unfathomable amount of time, to the point where you wonder if the developers even, like, thought that somebody would put this much time into the game, and you've, like, experienced it so much in ways that you're not even supposed to experience the game with, right? Like, you're doing things that's, like, not intended, you're doing things that the developers are like, why would you do that? That's kind of weird, that's not how we designed it, that's not how it's paced. When you do that, you will experience every single bad thing that the game has to offer, and then some. You will experience so many outlier scenarios, so many crazy batshit scenarios that will never happen to, like, 99% of people who play the game. But because you go above and beyond on the game, that means that it's crazy, right? That means that it's wacky. That means that it's wild. And that problem is, at least for me, means that there's going to be people who are always going to be complaining about Final Fantasy XIV. And it's something that I try to temper myself with, because obviously there's valid criticism of the game. There's a lot of problems that the game has. But a lot of the criticism that goes out is just like, you know, the same thing over and over and over again, and sometimes it's not really, like, you know, valid, at least in my opinion. But anyways, I extended this video for way too long. I'm very tired. I'm gonna go to bed, and then I'm gonna wake up, and then I'm gonna look forward to playing Dawn Trail, because Dawn Trail drops in the AM for me, very early in the morning. So I'm just gonna wake up, I'm gonna do some meal prep, maybe record a couple more episodes of World of Horror just as a treat, and then I'll be delightfully satisfied with Dawn Trail when it comes out. I got a lot of snacks. I got some juice. I got some sparkling water. I got some water bottles because, you know, I'm lazy. And I got more snacks, and I'm gonna have meal prep. Gonna have 20 breakfast burritos. It's gonna go pretty hard, honestly. Anyways, stay safe out there. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next episode, whether it be backlogged or it will be post-Dawn Trail thoughts. No spoilers, obviously. Like, there's like an official embargo that the developers ask players to follow. I don't know if I'm gonna follow that, because I don't know, I feel like as long as you adequately, like, spoiler warning stuff, you could probably Like, as long as you don't shove spoilers in anybody's faces, you know, I think it's fine. Like a little World of Horror, post-Pokidoku, like 20-minute rant about Dawntrail. I'll keep it spoiler-free for the most part. But anyways, stay safe out there, have a good one. See you on the next episode. Bye.